Estiva, this is GeoLaserBook coming at you with another video. What is going on, guys? Today I want to talk to you guys about SRL as we are getting super duper close to SRL. As you guys know, this coming weekend we have PSX. If you guys don't know what PSX is, pretty much the PlayStation annual event where they showcase either new stuff that's coming within the PlayStation, what we can expect of the future, and also anything that has to do with the current thing that's happening within PlayStation. Usually in this event, like last year, there was a showcase of new things that were coming within Destiny, and I expect PSX to have a update of what we can expect within SRL. As you guys know, Destiny is listed to be part of the PSX, which it's listed with Destiny Rise of Iron. So what do we know exactly that's going to be taking place with SRL? And what date do we kind of think it's going to be happening? So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about that. So as you guys know, SRL was first introduced last year, and within that introduction, we got a different form of playing, Destiny. There was racing, and everybody was super duper excited with the whole racing aspect of SRL because it was something new and very fun. But that doesn't mean it was perfect. And there was actually a big incentive to actually play SRL last year, because if you guys recall, we were all under light level. Not all of us, but some of us actually needed 320 gear to actually level up and really beat up on Oryx. Now that's going to be a big issue now because the majority of us are already 400, even though there's still a couple people who are under 400. But currently right now, the state of the game, a lot of people are already 400. So I don't know if there's going to be so much of an incentive to jump on SRL to get a higher light level gear unless they increase the light level. So that's going to be something interesting and something I'm going to be looking forward to seeing what they're going to be doing and what the end rewards are going to be within SRL. Because if there's no light level increase, the incentive for actually playing SRL has to be very rewarding for the players who are already 400. Now, what I do expect is I expect them to have a SRL quest. If you guys recall, we had an SRL quest back last year, which told us to go in and kill a couple of ads, and I expect something very similar to happen, to maybe go to Arkan's Forge or patrol the Plague Lands and get a couple kills there so we could be deemed worthy to actually enter the SRL. I also expect the book to be a thing where we have to, get from C class all the way to S class in racing, and that is going to be a thing that we're going to have to do. Now, what I don't know is, if you can recall, last year we had to purchase a book in order to get some cool rewards, and this book, we were supposed to fill it up kind of very similar to the way we have the book now for Rise of Iron, but last year we had to pay $10 for this book. Now, I don't know if they're going to make us pay $10 this time around, but I highly doubt it, and I hope they go out of that motto where, you had to pay $10 for the book. I mean, even if it's a paid book, I wish they would bring down the price at least maybe $5 for the book. But in all general, I wish the book wouldn't cost anything, and maybe, more cosmetics, more emotes and stuff like that would be the thing where they would generate money instead of actually just charging the book off the bat. We're going to have to wait and see if that is going to be a thing. I do expect there to be a little bit more tracks than we had last year, or I wouldn't say expect, but I guess I'm more hopeful that there'll be more tracks. What we do know about the tracks is that the new tracks will be featured again, in regards to Rise of Iron content. So, something like piloting the Plague Lands, or as you guys know, the Plague Lands is actually pretty big. We also, will have something very similar where something that has to do with Siva. So that's going to be very interesting to see the new tracks. I hope we have a wide variety of tracks, maybe not a bunch, because, it depends how long the event's going to last, if it's going to last the same amount of last year. But we expect them to have, or I wish that we have a wider variety than we did last year, where we had, just very limited amount of tracks. Now, I do expect, and we've heard, there's going to be new Sparrows, a new set of emotes, and of course, we are also having, the 8 new ornaments are probably going to be introduced this time around within this winter event. If you guys don't know what the 8 new ornaments are, of course, we have the Red Death, the Thorn, and a few different types of weapons that would have new ornaments that, we haven't been able to obtain. And if you recall, with the Festival of the Lost, we were able to obtain one ornament, which is for the Bad Juju. So I do expect some ornaments to be introduced within SRL to better our weapons, and I'm assuming it's going to be part of Eververse, where you're actually able to, buy these new ornaments, or you may be able to get these off a drop if you complete SRL, and that's going to be a couple, interesting. A couple things that I'm trying to hope and kind of hopeful that we get, it's, and kind of questioning, these sort of areas, is the reward system loop like I spoke to a little bit earlier, last year there was an incentive to actually play, SRL because you had to get a higher light level. But this year, I do hope that the rewards actually give you stuff that maybe Eververse is selling, kind of give you a chance at that emote that you have to, instead of having to purchase it, you could probably earn it if you grind SRL a lot, or giving you a chance to get that Sparrow that you could only purchase. But if you grind SRL a lot, you'll be able to obtain that. I hope the reward system is very similar in that sense, because it's going to give an incentive for other players to actually come in here. Okay, I'm 400 already, I don't really need to play, but hey, I do like that Sparrow and I want to get a chance to play that, get that Sparrow and hop on in there. I hope there's a kind of some sort of leaderboards. I wish, I'm very hopeful that there is, at least in the sense of leaderboards, maybe within not the whole entirely of the Destiny community, but maybe something you can keep a leaderboard within your clan, so you can know which clanmate of yours is the fastest racer and who's the slowest racer. Because that'd be kind of cool, kind of challenge each other. Hey, let's see who wins and who does a better job overall in general. So that's what I think and hope we get to see with SRL. But I want to know from you guys, what would you guys like to see in SRL? If you guys are excited for SRL. I know a lot of you have been saying, yeah, when's SRL coming back? When does SRL come back? And I'll kind of give you guys my idea of what I think we're going to be getting SRL. Another feature I wish that they would add into SRL, it would be some kind of mechanic to either knock off the opponent that's in front of you, or to give you maybe if you, okay, let's say you get side by side with the person, maybe give you like a kick, where you actually kick them off their Sparrow or bump them. That would be awesome. Or make it where you, instead of riding with Sparrows, you could there's a track that you could only do with pikes, where you're able to actually throw a bomb at the kind of at the guardian that's right next to you, or someone that's ahead of you. I hope something like that would be more incentivized, or it'd be a very cool aspect to actually have within the world of Destiny. But I want to know from you guys, what do you think of those ideas, and you guys would like to see those in SRL as well? And what type of rewards do you think are going to be beneficial if you're already 400 to actually jump in here and play SRL? So date, I think that's going to be launching, I believe we're going to be expecting SRL to be either December the 6th, which is Tuesday following PSX, which I'm kind of iffy on that, because usually they never do an event after following a conference. But I'm still going to throw it out there because I want to kind of play both sides. So either December the 6th or December the 13th is when I expect SRL to be a thing, and around that week. So let me know if you guys are excited about it, and if you guys are looking forward to it. And don't forget, guys, if you want to stay up to date to all things Destiny, make sure you keep it locked on this channel, and I will catch you guys on the next video.